dance floor.
Come on.
Hey guys, it's Shock here, and I bring you an NU Tierra battle versus DarkLatias1. I was on the T-Flare League, and DarkLatias was on. I was like, hey, you want an NU battle? And she was like, sure, I guess. So, as you can see, she has mostly 5th gen. I have mostly 4th gen. This was quite an interesting battle. It really gets drawn quite down to the wire. So she's going to leave with Alcatraz, and I'm going to leave with Ninjas. Classic 4th gen baton pass set. And she's going to go for the U-turn, and I was just like, oh, it's going to break my sub. So now she's going to go out into, she's going to baton pass into Gardevoir, and I'm just like, oh, crap, it actually has Trace. Well, now it's got my speed boost ability. This isn't good. So I get the +1 speed boost. I'm going to go for the sub, as Gardevoir goes for the Thunderbolt, and I'm like, son of a, this is great. I mean, I can't even try to set up. The most I can do is, like, baton pass the speed boost. After I get my speed boost, now she has her speed boost, and I'm like, I'm just going to baton pass now. And I'm going to baton pass out into my Genghis con, and she goes for the Thunderbolt. And I keep forgetting to take Shell Bell off this and put leftovers on it. So I do have the Shell Bell now. It's got the speed boost. She's going to switch and go on to Alcatraz, predicting my Sucker Punch. And she does predict that, and I go for the Drain Punch. And I'm like, come on, give me a decent amount of HP. It does, like, nothing, which means that Alcatraz is probably physically defensive. And so she goes for the U-turn, and that does a good bit. I was like, oh my god, that was a bit uncomfortable. And she goes on to Simipour, who has the Toxic Orb. So now she's going to switch Simipour and go out into Happy Feet, I guess predicting me to go for the Sucker Punch, but I went for the Dizzy Punch. And, you know, it did an okay bit to Togetic, but I go for another Dizzy Punch, and it does a little bit more. And she goes for the Hidden Power. It wasn't fighting. I don't know what type of hidden power it was. Obviously, it was something that was just regularly effective. So I go for the Dizzy Punch, and I did not see that crit, but I guess I got the crit, and that's why I was able to take out her Togetic. So now she's going to go into Chinchio, and I'm going to go for that Drain Punch. I'm like, this should KO. This should KO. It barely lives. I was like, ... Oh my god. Probably was min damage hacks. I don't know. And now she's going to go for the Wake Up Slap, and that is going to take down my Genghis. So I was like, Chinchio, the Speedle thing. Oh my god, it's a Life Orber. Alright, I'll go into Ninjas and sub up, forgetting that this thing gets Rock Blast. So she Rock Blast me, and that's obviously going to break my sub. And now she's going to go for the next Rock Blast, and that is going to take out Ninjas, and she's going to die to Life Orb recoil. So I was like, yes! That thing's gone! Life will be a little easier. So now I'm going to go on to my Kenon! My Magma Mortar. And she goes on to Simipour, and she flings, so she's faster than me. And now I'm going to be Toxic, and I am Life Orb. So this is bad. It spells doom for my Cannon. So I go for the Thunderbolt. This is my Timid Life Orb set. So it is going to obviously take out Simipour, but now I am losing a lot of health. So she goes on to Gardevoir, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go for the Fire Blast and hope to God this is enough to KO it. And it almost was enough to KO Gardevoir. She goes for the Psychic, and that is going to take out my Cannon. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on to my own Gardevoir, my Gardevoir! I used to have a Gardevoir named Gardevoir back in early 4th gen, early when I had started in 4th gen. So I go for the Charge Beam, hoping for the boost, and I don't get it. She goes down to Alcatraz, and I go for the Psychic. I'm like, come on, take it out. Doesn't take it out. She goes for the Crunch, and I'm like, ow, 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 ow. Gardevoir is gone. I was like, well, this sucks. So now I'm going to go into America! My, Braviary. This Braviary actually is going to end up saving me a little bit. So I go for the U-turn, and it does a little over half that superior. I'm now going to U-turn out into my own superior, my Ophiuchus. She restores her HP and lifter. She's going to go for the Hidden Power Fire, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to... And I knew it had to be a crit because I do have some special defense bulk invested. And I'm like, I'm gonna go for the Glare, paralyze this thing, hope to get a couple Parahaxes in, and build up my Calm Minds. So as I go for the first Calm Mind, I'm like, okay, I should be able to take the next Hidden Power Fire, probably like a boss. She goes for the next Hidden Power Fire, and she is going to score the critical hit. And I live with 4 HP. I was like, oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna attack. I don't remember which Hidden Power I have. I know it's not Fire. It could be ice. So I was like, I'll just go for hidden power. Well, turns out it's hidden power ground. I remembered it was hidden power ground after I selected it. I was like, crap. Obviously, this hidden power fire is going to take out my Ophiuchus with another useless crit. So she got 3 crits in a row. I was like, oh my god. This battle's critacular. So now I'm going to go on to America. Final Pokemon. Going to go for the Brave Bird. And that is obviously going to take out that Superior. And now all that's left is her Elecatros. And I am Life Orbed. So now she goes on to Elecatros. Final Pokemon. I go for the Brave Bird. That does. So good game, DarkLatias1. Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out her channel and the T-Flare League. Man, that was one intense NU battle. Gotta love Ninjask. Peace.